Slouser here, and today I'll be showing you my master ranked Vanquish Soul deck. I got this deck into master rank and it's extremely fun. I had to play it. As soon as this deck entered the game, it was around the time I came back into Master Duel, and what made this perfect was, if you check my channel, majority of the games I used to play in stream were fighters. First it was Smash Bros, then it went to multiverses, and I even for a few months did Street Fighter. So now coming back into Master Duel, and then boom, a fighting themed deck came out. I mean, I just felt it was destiny. So I had to go with it, and I do believe this will become one of my all-time favorite archetypes. Joining Noble Knights, Battling Boxers, Burning Abyss. This could possibly be number one, but we'll give it time. Burning Abyss is still number one, but we'll see. All right, enough with the backstory. After I explain my choices, there will be a few replays at the end of this video so you can see this deck in action. So let's begin. 3 Maxi and 3 Ash. I mean, these are the best hand traps in the game, and it just makes it perfect because they're both earth and fire, which we need, fire and dark. So this is a must. I mean, I can't imagine anyone not playing this if you're playing this deck. But even then, like even other decks, you usually play these 2 cards anyway. So we have Kashtira Riseheart, and I might as well go to Fenrir because we are playing the Kashtira package, Fire Warrior and Earth Fenrir. Fenrir, I hate to see it, but then you love to have it. You know, he's a love and hate card. If you have him and you play him, you love it. Free special summon, free search, banish. I mean, he's one of the most busted level 7 cards I've ever seen. Honestly, he could be the greatest level 7 card. So why not play him if he's available? And Riseheart is pretty much just for extra fire, and he can be searched by not just Fenrir, but by some of the search cards. So in case I do need a fire in hand, he can make up those numbers. And worst comes to worst, you can use him to go into something like Big Eye, the card that can pretty much get you near to GG as soon as you summon, and if it goes through, oof, Raisin. You could say your soul of the deck. I mean, he searches and he can destroy without targeting. Must be 3. 1 Pantera, you don't need 2, and you definitely don't need 3. 1 is perfect enough. Just someone you can destroy back row with, and another Earth, which can be searched. And I do like that special summon because trust me, it comes in handy. Like there's been duels where this saves me. You can special summon, go into Vanquisher, add Vanquisher, whoever you want, and then you can still normal summon. So like, let's say you had a Raisin in graveyard, you add with Vanquisher, and then you can normal summon Raisin. 3 Dr. Madlove. Honestly, this card could go down to 2, but it's just for the numbers right now. And I like to use Madlove as a bait. So if I have a Raisin and Madlove in hand, I sometimes just do the Madlove. If I don't have like a Rotor or Infernoble Arms, I want to bait out just in case they have an Ash, because I want my Raisin to go through. So sometimes I would just summon Madlove, see if they have an Ash, and if they do, cool. Then go into Vanquisher, and then use Vanquisher to special summon Raisin. 2 Jailong. I think 1's not enough, because especially if it got banished or you need that extra fire in hand for, because you need 2 fires in hand for Jailong to use her search. But then 3 I think could be a bit cloggy, because there's been times when you draw 2 of this and you're just like, ugh, you can't do anything because you need that normal summon. Playing both Bestials since they're both at 1, both dark, they are still very strong. And the good thing is Magna Hut can search your Caesar, so that's always nice. And this is just, if you needed to get rid of something, you know, you can either crash, or if they accidentally destroyed this without reading its card, you can send their monster to the grave. I played Kumungus, if that's how that's pronounced. I played this one over to Goran or any other attribute because it's easy to search darks, because there's Madlove or Borga, who Borga is like one of the most searched cards in the game for Vanquish Souls, but you don't really search Earth as much. Yeah, you get your boss monster, and you don't really search Pantera until you can. It's never a priority. So this is just to have that extra Earth. This is why I went with this. Sometimes I needed an Earth monster, but I didn't have one. So yeah, and as we just shown, 3 Borga, love the card. The fact that you can, it's a quick effect, you can bounce, draw, burn so many times when your opponent has less than 3,000. You burn them on your turn, as soon as it's their turn, you burn them again, and it's GG. One of Dogoran Kaijus are just strong. Some people play 1. I like playing 2 Kaijus just because you can't search them. And if they do have a monster that you just can't get over, like for Scareclaws, Tryheart or Pearly, sometimes it's just a pain to get over. So I just want to have a Kaiju in hand just to be on the safe side. And 2 Caesar. 1's not enough if it gets banished or something like that. Again, it sucks because he's so good for your deck. And 3, it's not like Borga where like it can clog you up. Borga, you just need 1 dark card and you can draw. so consistency is nice. Caesar's really more of a boss monster. It just wants to destroy and win. You want to search him. You don't really want to draw him. But as I said, you don't want to play one, because if something does happen to him, yeah, he's really is your boss monster. So those are the monsters. It's time to get on with the spells. Harpies, Feather Duster. I mean, you know, back row's a bitch. Reinforcement of the army, you need to search. This I'm testing. So originally, from when I got into Master Rank, it was actually 2 Durendals. But I want to test this just because sometimes when you do have your Raisin or you already have a search, if your opponent does maxi or ashes you, having talents is nice. Especially if it is an ash and you can play through it. You can then just look in their hand and get rid of one more of their cards. So I did like it instead of just drawing 2 of these. Even though, look, the most important thing with this deck is to get Raisin. It is. If you don't get him, it's hard to win. But you can still win. So the worst comes to worst, you can always just draw 2 with talents and hope for the best. 1, Pots of Prosperity, consistency, and you don't really care about your extra deck. 3, Stake Your Soul. I mean, as long as you have a fire in your hand, it's busted. It gives you so many options. If you have one of each attribute, as they say, the world is your oyster, you can do whatever you want. 1 Durendal, and 1 of each of the spells for Vanquish Souls. I love this card. The Untargeting Book of Moon. Oh, so many games it's won me. If I could, I would play 2. Honestly, I love this, but there's just no space. Continue. It's just, you know, this can help. More of a searching card only when you need it. And the Trap card, which most of the time you search with Jiao Long. This can be devastating. Untargeting, destroy all their monsters, do a bunch of damage. It's a very, very strong trap. And lastly, 2, there can only be 1. I absolutely hate floodgates. I personally think in a game like Master Duel, they should either be limited or banned, because it's not like you can side cards out. Not everyone's going to be playing Harpies, or not everyone's going to be playing cards that get rid of back row. So having floodgates really can just be a problem. So me personally, I wouldn't have them in the game, or at least limit them. But look, while it's still here, I'm going to go with it because it really is so good in this deck. And now extra deck. To be honest, look, extra deck I don't really need to talk about that much. I've just kind of just threw things in there. Abyss Dweller, 1 of each of the Zodiacs, just to fill up for Zeus. Baguska, in case again I want to go into Zeus, or you can stall and then burn with Borga. Big Eye because of Rise Heart. Boss monster in your extra deck. The only one who's really important, Vanquisher. And then Cerberus, Phoenix, Unicorn, and Talker, in case you needed to go into them. But again, I don't really need to talk about them. You can honestly switch them out for whatever you want. But there you go. That is the deck profile and my reasoning for certain cards. My plan is to get this deck into at least Master Rank 3, because I got to Master Rank 5 in such a short time that I didn't have time to go higher. I was close to getting to Master Rank 4, but I couldn't win the promoting match. And it was like the last match before it was reset. It's a bit annoying, but it is what it is. I hope you enjoyed this deck profile. If you did, leave a thumbs up. I would appreciate it. And if you are new to my channel and haven't subscribed, make sure to hit that subscribe button to be up to date with all my Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel content, or to be updated when I live stream. Now, with that all being said, enjoy the replays and catch you on the next video.